reach the common man. Common man is our target. The targeted people is our target. Targeted people are a group of people on whom we are conducting research. So they are very important for us. So the benefits has to reach them. The government has to recognize and they have to provide the benefits, the solutions. Whatever solutions you offer, the solution has to be implemented by the government, the policy making. Whatever you give offer, that has to be implemented by the government. So this is very, very important aspect. That is why I told you, lucid manner. Lucid manner, you have to prepare simple language. Vocabulary must be used very simple. People says that very big vocabulary if you use, the research project is very effective and all that. It's not like that. The research should be very easy. The research project, the preparation of research project, the writing of research project must be easy. The language must be very communicative in the sense the language that you use should reach the target. It has to be communicated properly, effective, without any ambiguity. That's very important. Now let us come to the points because of cost of time. One by one, we'll take. The outline of the presentation is objective of research project writing, and then types of report writing, then next steps of report writing, significance of report writing, layout of report writing, elements of report writing. These are the points that we are going to cover. And next, meaning of research project, as I told you just now, it is systematic, articulate, organic presentation of research project. Once you collect the data information, so the information is a raw data. Information is a raw data. The raw data has to be processed. Once it is processed with the information, then that will come into three stages. And just now I told you that is draft and pre-draft and then final draft. So the information or data has to be collected. That collected data must be arranged in an order, systematically. What is to be arranged first, what is to be arranged second, and then like the sequence of arrangement must be there. That has to be taken into consideration while writing the research project. That's very important. You are not supposed to give in the beginning only objectives, later methodology, after that findings, like that zigzag information you are not supposed to give. A sequence must be followed. Then only people can understand your report easily. Otherwise, there is a lot of ambiguity in there. Now, in my slides, first 10 slides, I will give you the information, the overall picture of the report writing. After 10th or 11th slide onwards, report writing, each and every slide after 10th slide, the abstract, chapterizations, all that we will see. So after 10th slides onwards, the actual information or how we have to prepare the report writing and all that, I will take about it. But before that, first 10 slides or 8 slides related to general information, overall picture, you can understand. So keeping in view that point, so research is a systematic and, as I told you, orderly presentation. Next, brief description of research work. You cannot give, people always think that 400 pages, 500 pages, pages are not required. Pages are not important. How many pages that you have incorporated, how much matter that you have is not important. The importance is content is important. Content, analysis. Analysis also, lengthy analysis is not required. Answer to the what the table is telling, what is the information the table reveals, that information you have to just analyze. And after analyzation of the table, give a sentence which reflects the finding of that table should be incorporated. That's very important. So simply you have to analyze the table. It's not that paragraphs and paragraphs, so many paragraphs if you give the interpretation under the table or chart, then the people will be confused. They cannot read all those things. So the finding of the table should be specified very clearly. 1 line or 2 lines, whatever is specified, that should be very clearly you have to mention, useful manner and very understandable language you have to mention. Okay, that's what. Next you have in the forms of thesis, report, studies, you can call it as anything. Next you have objectives of the research report. Researchers should understand purpose of the report. That's very important. But what purpose you are going to conduct the study? What is the purpose of conduct of your study? You have identified a problem, and that problem you have to prove it. You have to work on it, and you have to find a solution for that problem. So that's about the purpose. So the purpose of the research work should not be deviated at any situation, at any point of time. It should not be deviated. Very important. Always you can work either first chapter, second chapter, third chapter, whatever chapter you are working. But you are very carefully observe that what is the purpose of the study. Whether are you going according to the objective or deviating the objective. So you have to check always. That is why draft, redraft, final draft requires. In the earlier, way back 20 years back, 25 years back, there were no computers, no internet, nothing. People used to write pen and papers. So many papers they used to write. So at that time, incorporation of so many new ideas will go and come when you are writing paper. So it was difficult in those days to incorporate if any idea comes in between. It was difficult to incorporate in some of the pages or middle of the pages. But now it is not like that. There is no difficulty because computers we are using it, and in the computer, if any idea you want to incorporate between the sentences, between the lines, you can easily click there and you can incorporate the ideas whenever you get new ideas for the existing ideas. So that will be very easily you can incorporate. So that facility has come because of the technology, thanks to that. Now, let us come to the report structure. So purpose of the study, researcher has to keep in mind number one. And the report structure, you have to prepare a report structure first of all. Once you prepare the report structure so that you will not be deviating, you should always go through this report structure. Say for example, introduction, next second review of literature, third chapter, fourth chapter, fifth chapter, and then conclusions, summaries, and conclusions, then bibliography and all that. So this will be the structure. The structure has to be prepared first, so that the structure means, for example, chapters will be there. Each chapter, objectives we prepare at the beginning of the project work. Before doing the project work, we prepare the objectives. So, along with the objectives only, we will conduct the study. So, the objective, say for example, there are 5 objectives. Each objective should be one chapter. So, like that you have to keep it. So that what happens is that a particular chapter when you are doing it, you should always keep in mind that objective, whether that objective, whether you are fulfilling it or not. So that is very important. So that means every objective should reflect one chapter in the report. So every time you can check it, whether you are deviating or going according to the objective of that chapter. So that you have to check every time, so that if any deviations are there, you can remove it and you can incorporate according to the objective of that chapter. You can incorporate. Incorporations can be made very easy nowadays because of the technology. So that's one important. Information to collect. Correct information should be collected. Data has to be collected. Correct data. For example, 250 samples you have taken for your product. So then if you have to go to the field work and you have to collect the information, first hand information you have to collect. So you have to collect information either the schedule method or questionnaire method. Schedule and question, the difference I think you might be knowing about it. Schedule is we have to directly go to the beneficiary and get the information from them by using the questions. Some 20 to 30 questions on the subject matter. We have to prepare the questionnaire and we have to take the questionnaire to the beneficiary and get the information from them. So directly we meet. Questionnaire means questionnaire can be mailed through mail. You can get the information from the beneficiaries. So that's the difference between the schedule and the questionnaire. You have to understand. Okay. Now the point is information has to collect. So that's a very important point. After information has to organize. Once you collect the information, that has to be organized in a systematic manner. So what information has to be incorporated in which chapter? So that is very, very important aspect. Once you have to understand, once you collect the information. So collecting information has to be processed in various stages. Which information goes to which, according to which objective. That objective reflects in which chapter. So every objective should reflect one chapter. Otherwise, without reflecting the objectives, if you go on prepare the whatever knowledge you have, that you go on prepare it, it doesn't give any sense. So that is why objectives should be reflected, each objective should be reflected in each chapter. That's very important. Accordingly, so that you will not be deviating. And it is the point of the preparation of the report and all that. So next when we go to use of suitable style of writing. That's what I told you. Simple language. simple vocabulary. You're supposed to means one can understand, a layman can understand, has to understand. A person who doesn't know about research, but once he goes through the report, he has to understand. In such a manner, the researcher has to prepare the report. In the sense, you have to use simple vocabulary and simple language you have to use. Ultimately, I told you at the end of the day, the report has to be in an understandable way. A common man has to understand your research report, your research results should reach effectively to the common, not to the targeted people, or to the government for implementation of the policy decisions that you offer. So these are all very, very important. So next, when you come to the present data, the simple language are over. Layout of information. Next, you have various steps in report writing. Logical analysis of the topic. It is concerned with the development of the topic. So once you collect the information, that information, as I told you, it's a raw data. The raw data has to be arranged in a logical sequence. So what has to be incorporated? Prioritization. You have to prioritize the data that you have collected. For example, if you come to the primary data analysis, what ideas should be given first, what ideas should be given later. For example, demographic characteristics, you have conducted and analyzed it. Demographic characteristics should not be given at the end. It should be given first because the beneficiaries, characteristics, the demographic information, first the people have to know about it. After that, the remaining analysis part will follow it. So that is why you have to arrange in such a manner that logically one can understand it, and in a sequence manner also it should be arranged. Otherwise, there is a lot of ambiguity. Your ideas are good. You have conducted very nicely. You took a lot of pain for conducting, and inferences are also very good. All those information is there in your mind, but you have to properly channelize it. If you don't properly channelize it, then there is no purpose of conducting a research study. So that is why conducting research study is one aspect, and presentation is another important aspect. That's why I told you in the beginning, two aspects are very important. Both you have to balance it. Right? One is conducting of study in a systematic manner, and that information through conduct of study, whatever information that you got, that has to be channelized in a sequential order, in a logical order, you should be arranged. Okay, then there is a meaning, and people can easily understand, and the policies or suggestions, whatever you give, that can be implemented. Next, it consists logical and sequential order. Next, you have preparation of the final outline. So outline has to be prepared first. So once you collect the information, that has to be processed, and final outline has to be designed. After that, under that framework of long written outline are constructed. Long written means once you collect the information has to be analyzed. Means it should be widened. Some information means it's only point manner. The points once you take the idea, information means idea. Once you take the idea, that idea has to be elaborated. That elaborate means long written word. So the long written word comes from the idea that you gain from the field. So that has to be done. Next you have logical organization of the abstract with stress in the report elaborate. Abstract means before the first chapter you need to incorporate the abstract. Before the first chapter you need to incorporate the abstract. Abstract gives you or tells the reader or informs the reader about the overall picture of the study. The abstract consists, as Sir told in the morning rightly, purpose of the study should be there in one line, and then methodology, hypothetical issues must be there, methodological issues must be there, main findings only must be there, because it is only comprehensive, very simple order. Abstract is, as Sir told, 250 to 300 words. So that is why in simple one sentence the main findings should be incorporated in that. After that, summary conclusions, and then 2-3 lines you have to incorporate it, you have to end up with. So then that it consists of the abstract. So that abstract must be placed before the first chapter. And then logical organization of abstract, that is over. Next, preparation of rough draft. Once you got the idea has to be, this is second stage. Rough draft has to be prepared. Under that, you continue logical analysis, preparation of the final outline, and then researchers start writing whatever the work has done by the researcher, that work has to be written, and that has to be channelized into writing, and then the research study has to be. This is the outline of the research study, rough draft. And rewriting or polishing the rough draft. Rough draft, the final, when you come to the final draft, it has to be rewritten. There are so many rewritings. Earlier, way back 20 years, 25 years back, the sir was doing PhD, I know, little bit. So many rewritings. Supervisors will not accept. If you wrote a 2-3 papers and if you take to him, he will not satisfy. He will always ask you to rewrite. So one fine morning, you always go on, rewrite it, you will be fatigued. One fine morning, you will stop the idea of doing research about that. Why this nonsense? Every time, whenever I go to supervisor, they always ask us to rewrite it. So there is no end of satisfaction. Satisfaction levels cannot be fulfilled in research, because even any top persons conduct research, there is no end of satisfaction of the work. The final idea is the common man and the results must be implementable. That's only the thing that you should keep in mind. So, the complex part of the formal writing, it is rewriting of draft is many times you want to rewrite because of the accuracy. Why should we writing and rewriting? Why should we do it? Because of the accuracy. To acquire the accuracy, to come on to the accuracy levels, we have to rewrite it so that 2-3 times or 4 times, 5 times, if you rewrite it, so that by incorporating new ideas, if you can go on rewriting, what happens, the product will come out, final product will come out effectively. So that is the purpose of writing and rewriting and all that. Okay, so then researcher ensures mechanics of writing such as grammar, spelling, usage. This is very important. The people doesn't know, you know only the technical aspects. You know only the conceptual aspects. But presentation, when you are presenting it, the conceptual aspects, you need to check the grammar points and spellings, whether properly incorporated or not. The construction of sentences and all that will be checked. It's very, very important. That is why after completion of the draft, usually that will be checked by the English lecturers and all that. Some English people, English lecturers, English faculty, people will take to them and they will correct it and give it to them. So nowadays, that problem is not there, because spell check also, computer is provided, internet is providing spell check, grammar checks also provided. So there is no need to take the help of the English faculty nowadays for preparation of the writing of the research projects. So that is one important area. Next, we have preparation of final bibliography. The bibliography has to be appended, the research report, arrangement of the bibliography, alphabetical order. Sorry, in the morning explained very clearly. Bibliography is considered for convenient and satisfactory from the point of view. And then you have the final draft. Draft should be concise, objective oriented. That's what I told you. The research project, every chapter which incorporated the project should be objective oriented. That's what I told you. There are 5 objectives, say for example. Each objective should reflect one chapter. So that what happens, you will not be deviated from the chapter. You will not be deviated from the objective. So that is why it is objective oriented. So that objective orientation must be there. Accordingly, you have to start writing of the project. So that you can check in meanwhile, you can go on check every time. Checking of the writing is very important, because you have to check whether you are going according to the objective level or objective manner or objective orientation or not. So that's very important. Next, delete vague expressions such as seems to be, like, maybe, like once. These are all the points you are not supposed to use in the report writing. So these are all vague information. These are all points will come under vague information. Vague information should not be given. You should be specific, because you have conducted the study. You should be specific, and your result also specific, and you should be specifically mentioned. Not supposed to mention seems to be, it may be like that. Those things you are not supposed to use, because it is specific. So next, the report should enable added knowledge, both the researcher and the reader. So extra knowledge must be added. It's not that the same information you have to present. If you present the same information which is existing in the society today, if you present the same information, what is the use of it? what the reader will get the benefit, what knowledge he gets and what knowledge you get. It's very difficult. It's not that it's of no use. So that is why some added knowledge, but the existing knowledge you have to add something which is new knowledge should be provided so that that will be helpful to the audience researchers also. And for future research also, it is very, very important. It's a guidance for the future researchers. What has done your work, on the basis of your work, they conduct tomorrow their work, so that they will give new inferences on this subject, on the same subject. Because subject points are same, problems are same. Sometimes the problems are different problems will come, same problems also will be repeated. The same problems repeated in the society. Then what happens? You can give a different solution, not the old solution. Old solutions do not work out. So new solutions have to give according to the present situation. Even if the same problems arise tomorrow, we have to go on. So that is why I told you in the beginning, in the morning, social science research is very complex and it is not consistent. It's not at all consistent. Today's problem will not be tomorrow problem will not be ever. That is why it is very complex. In sciences, pure sciences, research is on principle based. But in social sciences, it is not principle based. It is only hypothetical based. So hypothesis you have to frame, and you are imagining in one area conditions, and that may be correct, that may not be correct. After conducting only, you will come to know whether it is correct or not. You can prove that by analyzing the data that you have collected in the concerned area. Then only you can suggest whether your hypothesis is correct or wrong. Right? That is one important aspect. And next you have importance of report writing. I think many of the points we have covered. Once again, just I repeat of the point. It gives major component of this study. It should be concise and compact document with understandable language and proper, without grammatical mistakes and all that. And then next, a good report should be simple and clear language. We have already covered that, I told you. And then report writing needs the skills. Report writing is not, everybody cannot write it. So it's a art of, the morning is art to get session, art of writing research papers. This is an art of writing research papers, the way you write, that has to communicate to the audience, to the targeted people. Targeted people are very important in research. So targeted people have to get benefit. So to understand the target people or the policies to implement by the government, what is important? You have to give a simple language, simple vocabulary. That's what I do. So that everybody can understand without confusion should not be there. Vague must not be there. Should not be there. Do not create the vagueness of all. So that is why you have to use simple and basic language and simple vocabulary you have to use. Everybody should understand. That's very important. Next we have decision making. Disseminate unknown information. Once you go for field work, you can get information. That information is new information usually. That will become new information. That information can be disseminated through your report to the audience. The government can policy recommendations can be given. So that is why research always should be disseminated. It is not confidential. It should not be kept in the confidential because you are conducting a study for the benefit of the people, for the benefit of the people or public or targeted people. A section of the people will get benefit through your study. So that is why it should be disseminated so that tomorrow future researcher also will conduct on the same problem, will conduct a study and will do different inferences or solutions. For that purpose, you need to give a dissemination of research of your work. So next you have, it should be in proper format. Report to communicate the planning policies for implementation. Report must be accurate in data collection, analysis and interpretation. So usually what happens? People I have seen, majority of the researchers, for example, their sample size is 350, say for example. They go and collect data from 50 beneficiaries or 40 beneficiaries, sometimes less than that. And remaining all will be cooked in the kitchen. In the cells, what do they understand? They will see the responses of the 30 or 40, whatever they collect actually, after going directly to the beneficiaries, whatever they collect in percentage, 2%, so that the way of the trend they will identify, accordingly remaining all percentages will be printed. Is it correct? It's not the problem. Ethically, morally, it is not correct. Once you have given the sample of 300 or 350 or 250, whatever sample that you choose according to the scientific manner. But once you choose the scientific manner with the principle, depending with the principle and all that, that sample size, whatever you have chosen, that has to be collected, each and every sample will be collected personally, you have to go there and you have to collect information. Then only the inferences will be correct. And then only you can give proper recommendations or solutions can be given for the problem that is identified in the society. That's very important. So next you have report communicate the planning, implementation. Report must be accurate in data control. Report helps in problem solving. It is very common. You should present required information. Required information means I told you in the morning. Problem, solution. Research is only two things to my mind. One is problem, another one is solution. That's all. Nothing else. Problem, solution. Identify problem, give the solution. In between, you have the data analysis, review of literature, so many things you can exercise. But ultimately you have the problem and the solution. That's very important. Next you have research format, research report format. Preliminary title of the report should be mentioned, table of contents, abstract synopsis, body of the report could have introduction, review of literature, methodology, results, discussion, conclusion, and recommendations. In this review of introduction, background of the problem, whatever problem that you have chosen to conduct a study, the background must be incorporated in the introduction. So once it is over, then you will come to the review of literature. So what is review of literature? Review of literature, what is the purpose of review of literature? Review of literature, the purpose of review of literature is to get knowledge by reviewing the existing studies, to get knowledge on the topic that you have chosen to conduct a study. So if you go through more number of reviews, then you get more ideas. So on the basis of going through the more review of literature only related to your topic, you have to go through related literature that related to your topic, you have to go through more possible review of literature you have to go through. Once you go through, then you will get good knowledge. With the help of that knowledge, you have to find out what are the gaps. What are the gaps? The gaps are very important. You have to take a note of it. The gaps, on the basis of gaps, you need to prepare objectives. Objectives should not be prepared at the beginning of the conduct of the study. So objectives should be prepared. You have to go to the respondents and take the information, opinions from them, and go through the review of literature, find the gaps which are related to your review of literature, to study related to your project, related to your title, and take the gaps out of it. So those gaps you have to note down, write down on a page or a paper, and then on the basis of that, you have to prepare the objectives. Once you prepare the objectives, then the remaining methodology and all that will follow. So that is why review of literature is very important to get knowledge on the problem that you have taken or chosen. So to get more and more knowledge, review of literature is very important. That is why in a research study, first 6 months or 7 months, they will ask you to go through number of literature reviews, subject concern, on your topic concern. Literatures, the supervisor if you are PhD scholar, supervisor advise you to go through the majority, more number of reviews and all that. So that helps the researcher to get maximum knowledge. So that knowledge, gaps can be easily identified. A layman cannot identify the gaps. So once you go through the number of review of literatures, you will come to know what are the gaps. On the basis of gaps, you can prepare the objectives. Next, what have you? Next, methodology. There are so many methods. You can take any number of methods, any method you can adopt, but the method should be suitable to your sample. Random method you can choose, or otherwise multi-stage sampling. Multi-stage sampling you can identify and can take the method for conducting of the study. Any method, there are so many n number of methods are there. But any method you adopt, that method has to be related, convenient for your sample and the nature of the sample.